Hello, friends. I'm starting a podcast, and we're going to start with the episode, I Was Second. I need to start with the truth, the real reason I'm doing this podcast, and it's not the reason or something you might expect. My name is Pam. I'm an occupational therapist. I run Pam's Den of Creative Fun, and I have had Sister Paula who had developmental disabilities. But this podcast, it's really not about Paula. It's about me. I was the second twin born, and from that moment on, I was second in so many ways. Paula needed more attention, more resources, more time. That's not her fault. She did need those things, but I was second. Second in line for attention, second to make the team, or one I didn't make at all. Second best. The one who had to work harder, do more, prove more. That's how I felt. And you know when someone once told me, they said, being second makes you work harder. Like that was supposed to be comforting? Like that was supposed to make it okay? And I remember thinking, even as a kid, even before I had the words, but why? Why should I have to work twice as hard to be seen? Why is second supposed to make me grateful? Why is the struggle supposed to be the gift? I've carried that weight my whole life, the weight of second. This might not all be true, but it's how I often felt. And here's what I've learned. The weight doesn't just rest on one person. It spreads. It touches families. It shapes childhoods. It follows you into adulthood, into your career, into the way you see yourself. I became an occupational therapist partly because of Paula, but also because I understood what it felt like to need to prove your worth, to fight for space, to work harder just to be seen. And I thought that if I worked hard enough, achieved enough, helped enough people, maybe I wouldn't be second anymore. And then I look at what's happening in our country right now. Policies that tell people with disabilities, you're second, your health care is second, your education is second, your life is second priority. Systems that tell families, work harder, do more, be grateful for whatever scraps you get. A government that says to entire groups of people, you don't matter as much, you're second. And I feel that old anger rising up, that childhood question screaming in my chest. But why? Why should anyone have to be second? Why should anyone have to work twice as hard just to be treated like they matter? I'm about to publish a book called The Weight of Second. It's been years in the making, and I thought that this would be enough, getting my story out there. But then this moment happened, this political moment, this cultural moment where so many people are being told again that they're second. And I realized I can't just write about it, I need to talk about it. I need to create a space where we can say collectively and loudly, no more. We are not second. Our children are not second. The people we love and care for are not second. We are first. First in dignity, first in worth, first in mattering. So I'm starting this podcast, The Den of Possibilities. And yes, we're going to talk about practical strategies for caregivers. Yes, we're going to share tools and share tips and occupational therapy insights. But really, this podcast is about possibility as resistance. It's about saying you are not second. And here are the ways we're going to prove it. Here are the strategies we're going to use. Here are the stories that show it's true. Here are the people who refuse to accept it. This is a den, a safe space, a place to rest, regroup, and gather strength. But it's also a place to plan, to strategize, to find possibilities even when systems fail us. Because possibility isn't just hope, it's action. So in season 1, we are going to cover why possibility matters, especially now. The caregiver story, no one talks about it, including the anger, the exhaustion, the love, how to see participation and value differently. Understanding what no really means and how sensory needs shape behavior. Practical tools you can use today. Adaptations, choice, and creativity. Why rest is resistance. And how everyone has something valuable to offer. Some episodes will be practical. Some will be raw. Some might make you cry. Some might make you even angry. All of them will remind you, you are not second. I don't have all the answers. I'm still carrying some of that weight myself. I'm still asking, but why? And I'm still working through my own story. But I do know this. We don't change things by accepting second. We change things by demanding better, by supporting each other, by finding possibilities, even in impossible systems. So, if you're a caregiver who feels unseen, I see you. If you're a person with disabilities who's been told you're not enough, you are enough. If you're tired of being treated like you're second, me too. This is the den of possibilities. This is where we refuse second together. And I'm so glad you're here. Our episode 1 will drop soon. It's called Why Possibility Matters, even when it feels hard. And I think you're going to feel it in your bones. Until then, remember, you are not second. You never were.